Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be doing a video on my sinking funds, how I'm going to distribute what I have in the bank right now to each of the categories that I have. I'm also going to be redoing my sinking fund pages. Currently I'm using the ones that came with the Happy Planner, but I created my own. It's got like a register on it and then also the cute little mason jar thing. I think the mason jar is cute, so I'm keeping that whole concept, but I like having a register so that I can put, you know, the dates that I deposit things in and when I do need to make a withdrawal. So I have that information on the actual sinking fund paper. The reason this one, you know, doesn't have it, it's not technically for sinking funds, it's just what I use it for. So that's what I've kind of modified it to fit my needs. So let's get started then. First, I don't need to redo this mortgage page. This was for to pay down my mortgage to get rid of the mortgage insurance that was on it. And I've done that, so I don't need that page anymore. I do still need the car insurance sinking fund. What I'm going to be doing is putting the balance here, not the ingoing, outgoing like I did on this one because I have the register, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Maybe I won't do this on camera, that way it won't take forever. But this is just kind of what it will look like. Let's zoom in a little bit. Sorry, it's going to get blurry for a minute and shake. So I'm just going to put car insurance here, the balance for each month, and then on the back I will put the date, the description, which, you know, if it's a deposit, I'll just write deposit, the deposit amount, and then you'll have the balance. And then if anything comes out of that sinking fund, like when I pay this insurance premium in May, I'll put the date that I'm taking it out of the sinking fund. I'll put, you know, premium payment, the withdrawal, and then the current balance for each of the sinking funds. So that's how I'm going to set that up. I'll zoom you back out because you're too close. That's how I'm going to set that up, but I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to sit and watch me do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll go over what I'm putting in each sinking fund. All right, I'm back. So I went through and put the balance on all of them, which not all of them have a balance. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. This is the car insurance one. So I have the balance, and then I have the dates that I actually made the deposits into the sinking fund. I haven't done anything for gifts or for back to school, clothes or supplies, car repairs, medical. My emergency fund still has $1,000 in it. I'm not even on camera. $1,000 in it. I will be putting things towards the emergency fund now that I'm on baby step 3. Technically, I guess I should have been on baby step 3 because the only debt we have is our home, but I kind of made a 2.5 baby step because the mortgage insurance premium that I was trying to get rid of was, so I had to pay down our mortgage to get rid of that. I've got nothing for vacation. I have $150 in my dental plan, which will be due in November. I highlighted the date that it's due. Trash, life insurance, and pest control. It has $213.90 in it right now, and I highlighted again when these are due. So life insurance and trash is due in April, and then pest is in June, and then life and trash in July, and so on. And nothing in the home maintenance one. So I'm going to zoom back out because some of this was off camera anyway. Sorry. Okay, so I've figured out how much I have to put towards my emergency fund and my sinking fund, and it's $6,000. So that's what I'm going to try and divvy out, I guess. So I'm going to do that with you guys so you can kind of hear, I guess, the thought process. This is a lot higher than it will be normally. The reason is oops, sorry, super blurry. The tax return that we got, which is like 3,000 something. And then when I was getting all the money together to put down or to pay towards that mortgage, I basically got all the cash that I've, you know, kind of squirreled away under in envelopes and under my bed and all that stuff that I didn't actually have in the bank. I went ahead and deposited every bit of cash that I could possibly find. And there was still a little bit left over of that. So that's $6,000. I'm not going to be putting any towards the car insurance or the dental or the life insurance trash, because that comes, I do that every month as if it's a bill. So basically the only ones that I need to divvy up are gifts. Let's see what else we got. Back to school, clothes, back to school supplies, and I have 2 school-aged children, so that adds up. And then my 2-year-old will also, I'm gonna pull money out of the back to school clothes, even though she's not going back to school, but that's when all the good deals happen. Car, this is for car repairs or saving up for a new car, because eventually we're gonna need one. Both of our cars are pretty old, they're paid off, so that's why we keep them, and they're not in terrible shape, although my car has over 100,000 miles, so sooner than later we'll have to deal with that. So I'm going to put money towards that, and if we need to repair anything, obviously it's going to come out of that one. And if we don't ever have to do any major repairs, we're just going to keep building that up until we can afford to buy a decent car cash. Then we have our emergency fund, vacation, which is like the least of my priorities right now, but I figured I'd make one for that. Not gonna do dental, not going to do trash. Home, this is for home maintenance. We already own our home, so we're not saving up to buy anything, so it's just any repairs or anything that come up. So let's see. I know car, we need to put a pretty decent chunk in there, because my husband, actually we already paid it, but I'm hypothetically took it out of the non-existent emergency fund for the car, because I knew I had to do this. He had to get tires and something was broken, and I don't know, it was a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to put $2,000 there. Let's see, so that's 6,000 minus 2,000 leaves us 4,000 to play with. I'm going to put 500 in the medical. So minus 500. So 3,500. We have a lot of birthdays coming up. We had my sister-in-law's brother, which I don't know what that classifies him to me, but we're pretty close to him. He just had a baby girl, so I knew I have to give him something. They live in a different city, so I'll have to ship that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up as far as gifts. So maybe like 500 there. I'll go 500. So I did not leave myself enough room over here. Alright, so I'm gonna move it over here. Alright, so now we have $3,000. Back to school clothes, I'm going to put, let's go ahead and put $250 in there. Back to school supplies, same thing, $250. So that's minus another $500. That leaves us with $2,500. I'm going to put maybe like $400 in the home. So minus 400. So that leaves us with $2,100. I'm gonna put 100 in the vacation. Like I said, this is so not a priority to me right now, but I kind of feel like I should start putting something towards it at some point, or I'll just never do anything with that. So that leaves us with $2,000. I'm going to put all of that towards my emergency fund. So I'm gonna go ahead and make those deposits today. And that way I am not having to worry about it. The bank that I do mine in, actually I can't remember the exact name. I don't even know how to say it, to be honest with you. It's Synchrony Bank. I'm gonna put a link in the description box below. Let me zoom out a little because you can't see the whole thing. I'm gonna put a link in the description box below. I don't get any kind of referral or anything like that. It's just a really great interest rate for your savings account. So if you're gonna put, you know, sinking funds or emergency funds in something, you might as well be making a little bit of money. I wanna say it's like 1.4% or 1.45, something like that. So it's a really high percentage as opposed to what my previous, well, my actual checking account, which is with Wells Fargo. I think that savings account had like a 0.001 interest or something. Something ridiculous. I don't think I ever made anything on it, maybe like a penny a month. So, you know, it wasn't really doing anything. So I figured I'd move everything over as far as savings account wise to this other bank so I can make something. So like I said, I'm going to put that in the description box below. Check them out. They seem, you know, pretty good. I've read a lot of reviews and it was one of the better ones. There were some other ones like Bank of the Internet and things like that. And I'm sure that's great, but I just, to be honest, I didn't trust the name of that company. It seemed not legit. And I'm sure it is legit, and I'm sure some of you have your accounts with them and they're great. I just didn't like the name of it. So I went with this one. I like their website, super easy to use, super easy to make transfers. You can open a ton of different savings accounts. I have all of these plus a savings account for each of my children. So I have a ton of savings accounts with them. I haven't seen any kind of downside to it yet. It takes a couple days for when you do like the transfer request or whatever. It takes a few days for your money to get in there. So I assume the same is the opposite. So when you have, you know, like my trash and life insurance is due in, you know, like 5 days or so. So I should probably start transferring that over to my actual checking account now. That way there's no delay. But yeah, so anyhow, this is how I'm going to be doing my sinking funds. This is where the money will be going, how I'm going to distribute it. Like I said, this is a big chunk, $6,000. It won't be this big on a monthly basis. It might be like $500-600 maybe if I'm lucky. I am, like I said, on baby step 3, so this is what I need to be working on. I think I am going to do a video on how to figure out what your fully funded emergency fund balance or total should be. There's quite a few different, you know, schools of thought. So I think I'm going to do a video on that and what I end up choosing as my fully funded emergency fund. But that's about it for sinking funds. I hope this video helped a bit, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. I will be doing this on a monthly basis, the sinking funds video, and then obviously all the other budgeting videos. If you have any recommendations or anything that you'd like to see me do any videos on, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.